Hey everybody, it's Austin Ward for Lettermen Row, back with another BuckIQ. We've got Zach Boren in the building, former Ohio State linebacker, a little NFL experience thrown in there as well. We're going way back to high school though, not our normal BuckIQ.
The good old days.
The National Signing Day. You remember your National Signing Day?
I do. It was a little bit different though. I graduated early, so I had my own National Signing Day, I guess you could say, in December.
Personal one. Well, now you've got these early signing periods. We're breaking down some of these guys that are now joining Ohio State's program, starting at linebacker, of course. Zach's in here to break it down. Cade Stover, the Ohio Gatorade Football Player of the Year, two-way star down there, plays a little basketball. He looks like Zach Boren the way he goes both sides of the football.
Man, I don't know about that. He's a lot taller than I am and a lot more athletic, I think. But what he does on both sides of the ball, I mean, a two-way star, you don't see that as much in high school football nowadays. You see so many people that, zero in on one position and they care so much about being the best in the country at that position. But Cade Stover, what he's able to do on a football field, you're going to be able to see him do multiple things at Ohio State. Granted, he's going to be at, in the middle linebacker position and be able to run sideline to sideline. But the great thing about him is he's not only athletic and runs sideline to sideline that we've seen so recently with the Ohio State linebackers, but he's physical too, and he has that Midwest, Ohio toughness about him.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about that with Ohio State, making sure they get those guys within the Buckeye State borders. Cade Stover put a lot of stuff on this highlight film, and rather than just looking at a couple plays, we're going to let it run. We're going to let Zach see what jumps out to him.
He's going to do it all, man.
We're just going to jump in and see. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to see what we learn on this film. That level of competition, always something that we'll have to look at as well. But Cade Stover has joined the Buckeyes. He's signed. We're going to break it down right now. Let's roll the tape. All right, Zach, this feels like a great place to start with Cade Stover. We don't know anything about the situation, the score, but we can see a guy punish somebody when Cade Stover goes out over the middle here.
We can. It's almost like a cover two look. This is a college NFL concept that this team is running right here. I don't know who the head coach is where Cade Stover plays, but this is him right here. Opening up, taking the nearest vertical to him to the strong side, and look at this. Makes play. Oh my gosh, lays him out. Thank goodness this wasn't college, because he may not be playing the rest of the game right here.
This looks like, too, Zach, I don't know, tell me if I'm wrong, this technique, the turning and go, it seems like we saw some of that with Malik Harrison and Michigan game, the TCU clip we saw a couple weeks ago.
This is what you're seeing. But Coach Schiano and the other defense coaches at Ohio State are former NFL guys. This Tampa 2 coverage is an NFL concept, and you see Cade Stover how athletic he is to be able to open up, turn, read the quarterback, see the vertical, and go and make this play.
That looks pretty good. Let's let this go. See what else we can see from Cade Stover. That's a
great first play.
That's a pretty good way to start, huh, Zach? That's just laying the wood out here. So we got
this is the athleticism that we're talking about. Him being a two-way player, being able to do multiple things on the field. Look at this. You see how strong he is. This is the physical part of it.
Oh, boy.
Look at that. I mean, no one can tackle him. But we see this is a great thing right here. We saw him the very first play be able to drop in coverage and be real athletic. The next play, we see how physical he can be with the ball in his hands, and this is going to carry over to defense as well. How strong his legs are. He's a big kid too.
Yeah.
He's 6'5". Look how big he is.
This dude is moving.
It's almost back and forth, right? You're going to see how athletic he is,
this poor guy
how physical he is.
I mean, he's not going to see tacklers like that in the Big Ten, but that's just silly to watch. I mean, it shows why you can let it go, Nick. Just the athleticism that he brings to the table, why he's a 4 or 5-star recruit for some people, because he is so much different than everybody else he's on the field with, and you see that here, the way he fires the football.
This is what I love. If you run it back, you see him playing back here. He's probably playing like a rover safety. They probably call it a rover here in this defense. But we talked about it all year in the defensive breakdown, being able to identify the play and go with it. You saw zone. You saw this guard pull out. He's reading the guards and being able to read the flow of the defense, go and just hit it full speed. That is what a great linebacker is able to do, recognize, react, and go.
That's something we've talked about all year, is these guys have to be able to use that athleticism and be able to fire when the moment calls for it. So we'll let this keep going here, and we'll see what else we've got on the highlight film. Some more stuff with the football in his hand. Probably not fair to
That's the beanie hop.
Oh, my goodness.
Right? That's what they called it, the beanie hop, right? Back in the day.
Man, they don't teach that. It looks like Zeke, too. He's got a combination going of all those Ohio State backs. course, he's not going to have that opportunity much with Ohio State. He's not going to go two ways like you
No,
do.
yeah, you're exactly right. But, man, I love the going back and forth, defense, offense, offense, back to defense. This is the same thing. It's almost a replica of the play that we saw 2 times before. This is him playing the rover, Mike linebacker position, whatever you want to call it. We see zone. He's able to read, react, get downhill, and make the play. I love how he's quick, but he also plays downhill. You know, he's able to take the right angles. You see the right angles here.
He looks like he shows up angry.
Yeah,
I mean,
he does, doesn't he?
He's finishing these tackles. He is not. Now, we're cherry picking a little bit. These are some highlights that are posted, so we're not going to see a lot of breakdowns, but we're seeing some things that really flash athletically.
Yeah, look at this. Here we go, back to defense.
Just some solid fundamental work there.
Yeah, doing what else I like is he's a 6'5" kid, probably 230, 235. At least that's what he's listed at.
Yeah.
Who knows what he's on the scale.
We'll see when Mick gets a hold of it.
Exactly. But the thing is, he plays low. That's what I love. He's able to bend. You know, so many big players, tall players, have trouble having good knee bend, hip bend. He plays low. You're able to see it, which is what I think sticks. That's what jumps at me, is that he's a big physical player, but he's also able to play low and get underneath other guys' pads.
It looks like down there in Lexington they want to line him up just wherever. You know, he's not stuck in one position. It looks like he can show up on the line.
I call it the rover.
Yeah.
I think he's been the old school rover position.
Uh-oh, what's he going to do here? Lower.
Right.
Another view.
Look
He
at
loves
this.
this. He loves this going up.
Yep.
All right, more athleticism
Okay.
here. Cade Stover, running the football.
Yeah.
Was he going to throw? No. Don't show us that. All right.
Oh, lower the pads.
So
like it.
Normally he's going to be dropping the boom there,
Yeah.
Zach. This is Cade Stover. Signs with Ohio State. Going to be a big-time addition for the Buckeyes. You look at this. That linebacker room is starting to fill up with some depth. We'll see what happens with Malik Harrison's decision.
You are exactly right. And I love that he's an Ohio kid, first and foremost, and just everything about him is great for the Ohio State Buckeyes, especially when it comes to the linebacker room and the linebacker position. Yes, you have so many guys that are athletic. Yes, you have a bunch of guys from all over the country, but this is a guy that's homegrown. He knows what it means to be a Buckeye. He's athletic. He's able to push the other guys in the room. But what I love, people are going to feed off his toughness. You know, there's some freshmen that are tough dudes now in that linebacker room. They're starting to get back to that hard-nosed type player. And Cade Stover is just going to add to that.
Definitely, if you followed along with any of his diaries from his senior year at Lettermen Row, you know that he's not afraid to put in the work. Does that on the farm all year round. So he's going to come in and he might not play right away as a freshman, but you look at a year or two down the road, you might have a potential superstar there at linebacker for Ohio State. So his signature is in for Ohio State. He'll be in there next fall to help add that depth. Zach Boren at some point will be breaking him down here with BuckIQ at Lettermen Row. So for Zach Boren, I'm Austin Ward. We'll see you next time.